You asked for it. Here are breathtaking paintings of tears and crying from art history, part 2. Number 1, Lamentation over the Dead Christ by Andrea Mantegna. In this painting, the body of Christ lies heavy and lifeless on a narrow marble slab. The grey hue of his exposed upper body and the dry, bloodless skin of his open stigmata, resembling torn rubber or parchment, confirm that death has prevailed. To his right, we see 3 weeping figures mourning his death. On the far left, St. John clasps his hands, and we can almost hear the painful cry emanating from his open mouth. To his right, the Virgin Mary dabs at her eyes as tears cascade down her creased skin. Her expression is one of unbearable suffering. Behind them, we see the weeping mouth of a third figure, who is most likely St. Mary Magdalene. By cutting off the figures of St. John and Mary Magdalene, Mantegna suggests that the figure's grief cannot be contained within the confines of the canvas. It also enhances our proximity to Christ, accentuated by Mantegna's unusual perspectival rendering of Christ's foreshortened body, which places us right at his feet. In doing so, Mantegna invites us and encourages us to mourn Christ's death as well. Number 2, The Last Day of Pompeii by Karl Brjullov. Brjullof's monumental painting captures the devastating tragedy of the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, which buried the city of Pompeii under a layer of ash, killing thousands of its citizens. Here we are thrust into the terrifying event. Citizens of Pompeii look up in horror as the sky above them rains lava, rocks, and volcanic ash. Through complex compositional groupings of contorted bodies, Brjullov conveys the myriad of emotions experienced on that tragic day. One of the most heartbreaking groupings features 3 crying women, with tears streaming down their cheeks as they cling to each other in fear. They each look upwards with tearful eyes that express both awe and disbelief at the terrible force of nature, coupled with the terrified panic of impending doom. Number 3, The Broken Column by Frida Kahlo. This is a painting of pain, suffering, and vulnerability, themes that Kahlo often explored in her art. In this self-portrait, 57 iron nails of varying sizes pierce Kahlo's body. Her entire torso is dramatically split by a fractured ionic column in place of her spine. Her back is held in place by a metal polio brace, and a hospital sheet billows around her hips and thighs. Her eyes emit showers of white tears that appear frozen on her cheeks. At the age of 18, Kahlo experienced a catastrophic bus crash that displaced a vertebra in her spine, among other very severe injuries. This painting was executed nearly 20 years later, while Kahlo was recovering from a spinal surgery that attempted to alleviate some of her pain and repair significant damage. Her direct, unwavering gaze and rather calm expression also makes this painting one of great strength and resilience, despite the excessive tears. Her injuries, as severe as they are, do not diminish her grace, her poise, and her strength.